Hello everybody, welcome to today's topic, and check out all the variety of topics that I make on my channel. And today again I am reluctant to make a topic on this subject. Click the hands icon to like the video and click the red button to subscribe to the channel. Now, as you know, what is happening in the world today and what problems that overseas Pakistanis are having, we have concluded that there is a problem with certain Pakistanis and Afghanistanis in the world. As you know, I made a video, and also if you check the internet, and this is the last week's story, when Israel bombed Iran, there were 3 Jewish supporters who were caught red-handed in Tel Aviv, who were spying for Israel. At the same time, there were 80 Afghanistanis who were caught. And in call to action by the Iranian government, 6 lakh Afghanis were deported. 6 lakhs. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a small number. That is a huge number. Right now, if you check the Afghanistan and Iran border, there is a big problem across the line of control. There are assumingly 32 lakhs of Afghanis stranded in the border, deported by all the surrounding countries, including Pakistan. 32 lakhs of people coming from countries they were just immigrated to. What does that tell you about these? I'll tell you what. I know 2 cases. One case of a Hijabi woman in Canada, and a second case of a Pathan family who has 5 children in Birmingham, England, London, UK. First of all, I'll tell you about the Hijabi woman. The thing is that in Quran, they say Quran is a very moderate religion. They tell you to cover the hair, cover your body, and behave yourself. But what happens with these Jahil Hijabi burqa and even modern women of Pakistan? They go to these liberal countries of westernization and they open their eyes, and then they see, oh my God, there are like, different rights for in Pakistan Islamic Sharia law versus somewhere in the Western world. And then they explode. So I know a family, and they have 3 daughters, and the youngest daughter, who lives in Richmond Hill, and basically she was not even, I think, 17 or 16 years old, and somehow I know her mother wears a hijab, so all the other 2 sisters wear a hijab, and she also was wearing a hijab. But apparently what happened that this little girl went to the local park in Toronto, and we're talking about, all you Canadians know, it's one of the best resident areas in real estate property in Canada. What did this girl do? She apparently had a date with a guy, and because she was tagged as a Muslim wearing a hijabi, extremist Muslim, and like from the eyes of a Canadian citizen, that looks pretty toxic. So she wanted to go out on a date, just a rebellion from her parents, because her father and mother are very strict, and they're properly, totally strict. And we've got history and records for the record that when this family, we did a police investigation, and the investigation shows that the same family who was living in Kuwait, they had a problem with another family, and they had 2 sisters and 1 brother. And they were living like right next to the same flat floor. So there was their flat and there was another apartment, and these 2 families were sharing the staircase leading to the exit. So the family with the 2 sisters and the brother had a problem, direct conflict, where police was involved, and with these 3 hijabi girls. Get this. Now, this family with the 3 sisters with the hijabi, they got immigration to Canada, and obviously, Two of the sisters, they're successful, they're living in Canada. The third sister, who was very little and she's just growing up, she decided she doesn't want to get married. She want to go the Canadian way. So she started dating with boys. And it was her first date, and I have heard report that it is a very sad incident that this girl went out with this one guy and he sexually assaulted her and he choked her to death and he left her body by the river. The police OPP came by and they found a dead body of a woman, a Muslim woman, which was identified later her daughter and of this family, and it was very sad that on her first date with this sexual encounter, she lost her life. Why did this happen? I'll tell you why it happened. Because these hijabi women who are coming from Pakistan, they're so extremist thoughts, and when they come to Canada, they're still stuck in their little world and they don't know how to navigate outside of their rooms with their parents' house, and then they start going left and right, and then they start giving lifts to every Tom, Dick and Harry, and this is what happened. And Canadians are not uneducated people. So the Canadian boy said, okay, yum yum, I'll go get this and I'll go eat her out. He not only ate her out, he just choked her and he left her for dead. So he didn't want any evidence. So that, like in Canada, Muslims are terrorists. So this is one story. I mean, she could have gone out with a date, I'm saying from a hijabi point of view, because you can literally, Canada is a very open society. We have African Muslims, we have Eastern European white Muslims, we have Arab Muslims. So what the hell wrong with this girl? Because this girl is like a Pakistani who wears hijab, but she does not know because her parents are so that they're uneducated in conducting herself. And that was the problem. I mean, there's a moderate way to, expose yourself. Okay, I was hijabi, now I'm taking my hijab off so I can go on a date. You can do this, that, blah, blah. But don't go too much. And, you should be super. But she went out on a date, because in Canada there's another problem. When you leave your parents' house, you can't find a room to, go for a date. You need to book a hotel. And you need to tell the authorities why you're booking the hotel. And then they give you yes or no permission. Because everybody's watching you with CCTV camera. And this is what happened. She went in the local park, she told this guy to come and meet him there, and he did a sexual assault on her, and then he just killed her and left her by the next lake by the park. And that's where the OPP police found her dead body. So this is one case of hijabi family living in Canada. Click like to like the video and click the red button to subscribe my channel, and I hope you guys have learned the reason